Manny Flexen here for Seconds Out with the latest edition of ReFLEXions, our weekly look back at the weekend's boxing action. We're here every Monday at 4:30 p.m. and this week we've got quite an edition for you because not only did Manny Pacquiao once again prove his enduring quality in beating the previously undefeated Keith Thurman, but we also had a massive show at the O2 here in London. Pacquiao, though, no better place to start. He won a close decision, split decision over Keith Thurman, or it should have been unanimous. It looked pretty clear victory from where I was sitting. The 40-year-old Filipino senator thought to have lost a bit of his edge in recent years, especially since losing to Floyd Mayweather. Maybe was on the decline a little bit before that. Still showed he had enough to beat one of the premier welterweights in the world today in Thurman. And now maybe he wouldn't be such a big underdog against the likes of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford as was previously thought. Thurman didn't seem to know how to deal with Pacquiao's combination of speed and explosive footwork, and he ended up busted up. He was dropped in the first round, busted up throughout, and yeah, he had his moments, as you would expect a fighter of Thurman's quality too, but Pacquiao, again, a clear winner, and now, again, the world's his oyster. He's got a career already set up outside of boxing, but what a legend, you know, ageless, already alphabet world champion in 6 divisions, lineal in 5, I think it is, maybe 8 overall, some people say. Whatever you think about any of that, there's no question that he is now, and maybe already was, the most accomplished fighter of his generation. Yes, Mayweather beat him when it came to the crunch, and he never lost, but Pacquiao's won more belts at more weights, and continues to dominate even in his 40th year, or his 41st year really. So very, very impressive stuff from Pacquiao. Switching over to the O2, we saw a really good show. It was thought to be a stacked show leading up to it, and it didn't disappoint. Main event saw Dillian Whyte get off the deck to outpoint dangerous Colombian Oscar Rivas to secure his position after 600 days of waiting, finally, as the WBC mandatory at heavyweight. And he'll hope to get his world title shot next year. He's also the WBC interim champion, for whatever that's worth. Really good performance from Whyte. It looked to me, even though they seemed a kind of similar experience level as pros, Rivas having a much better amateur pedigree, it looked like Whyte was the seasoned veteran going in against the untried contender. His ring generalship was really impressive. His jab, especially when he doubled it up, was good. His movement was exemplary, actually, for Whyte. Really, really impressed with his performance. And yeah, he showed great heart and mettle to get off the deck and fight back when it happened, and then take the play back towards the end of the fight. Rivas put in a good showing. He can come again. He proved to be all that he was advertised as: explosive, dogged, fast hands, good thinking fighter. You could see him thinking in that ring. But Whyte just had a bit too much for him in the end, and he didn't just outfight him, he actually outboxed him as well, which maybe will surprise some people, so well done to him. Talking about boxing, David Price dished out a bit of a boxing lesson to Dave Allen, Doncaster's favourite son. Allen was taken to hospital after a retirement at the end of the 10th round, but purely as a precautionary measure. He's fine now. Him and trainer Darren Barker have both said he's okay now. He's now considering his future. He may pack it in, he may decide to carry on, but probably at a lower level to rebuild. It was weird because Allen was the favourite going in. A lot of people considered it a 50-50 fight, myself included. But it seemed that everyone was waiting for Price to gas, which never happened. He boxed a very disciplined fight. He caught Allen frequently with the jab and a few right hands. The right uppercut was really good for him too. But he never got greedy. That was the most impressive part of his performance. He never kind of capitalised on his early success and put himself in danger. He took what was there for him and then he moved away. He never put himself in harm's way. Very, very impressive performance from Price, and we'll wait to see what Allen decides to do next. But Price is right back in the running for a big fight, as is another veteran heavyweight in Derek Chisora. Seems strange that Chisora and Price have never met, considering the merry-go-round of British heavyweights, but maybe that's one for the future. Chisora got a second round stoppage over Artur Spilka, who was thought to be awkward southpaw. Chisora apparently struggles with southpaws, though still has never lost to one as a pro. But Chisora just didn't care. As soon as he connected with his first big right hand, the fight was over pretty much from then on. Got Spilka against the ropes. The referee may have stepped in just a little bit too late, but you could understand because he was looking closely. I think he was waiting for Spilka to drop to the deck, which seemed likely, and issue a count, but that never happened. Spilka was stunned by the shots and just up against the ropes. Didn't really know what was going on, so he never dropped to the canvas. Nonetheless, a great win for Chisora, who now wants former WBO champion Joseph Parker, who of course has only lost to Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. So that would be an interesting fight, real crossroads fight between those two. Parker now co-promoted by Matchroom, so it's an easy one to make. So we can expect to see that in the new season. Elsewhere, Richard Riakporhe just edged past Chris Billam-Smith. I think it was a split decision in the end. There was a knockdown adjudged against Billam-Smith that seemed harsh. I think they adjudged he was kind of half pushed down. I don't think it should have been a knockdown, but if it hadn't been, the fight would have been ruled a draw on the cards. And I actually think Riakporhe did enough to win. So we kind of avoided one injustice by imposing another. Not sure if I want to see that regularly, but I thought Billam-Smith boxed well, but I just thought Riakporhe showed a bit more heart, a bit more aggression in the second half of the fight. Just made the fight a bit more, and it was a bit of an ugly maul at times. I don't think they really worked each other out, but maybe we'll see that one again. Maybe it'll be a bit more exciting. Maybe they'll both let their hands go a bit more next time. But certainly both emerged from that fight with credit. That was really enjoyable. And also, just before I end the coverage of this show, Dan Aziz won the Southern Area light heavyweight title against Charlie Duffield. Outclassed him, to be fair. Duffield showed a lot of heart, but got really bashed up. He's now thinking about what to do as well with his future. But Aziz, the future looks bright. Under Brian O'Shaughnessy, he's become a real rounded, complete fighter. And I think he can definitely go on from Southern Area level to bigger and better things. Possibly once Joshua Buatsi, who looks a real comer at world level, once he's moved on from the British title, maybe Aziz can challenge for that. So we'll look forward to that. But obviously what we want to know after such a massive weekend of boxing, and maybe Pacquiao is the obvious answer, but let's see. Who do you think turned in the performance of the weekend? What do you think was the best fight of the weekend? And what would you like to see next from some of the main protagonists? Chisora, for example, David Price, and of course Dave Allen. Should he retire? Should he carry on at a lower level? Let us know what you think. We'll respond to some of the better comments. We'll be back next week with the next ReFLEXions, Monday, 4:30 p.m. But if you can't wait till then, 4:30 p.m. Thursday is FLEXpectations, when we'll be looking ahead to whatever is going on this weekend. I don't think it's a particularly busy weekend, but I think we've got Maurice Hooker, Jose Ramirez unifying a couple of the titles at 140. So that's certainly a good place to start. I'll see you then, and thanks for your time.